Joined me again, friend. You have to look for edge in crypto because you need to be able to discover things that are not seen on the charts. You need conviction. Conviction is the currency of your balls. You got a lot of conviction, you'll be able to hold stuff. And if you're a girl, it's how strong your ovaries are. Okay, so when I see things on Twitter from coming from different coin communities, sometimes they catch my attention and I'm like, wow, the guy behind this, or girl, is doing a really good job marketing. I am different to the 99% out there. The 99% are thinking with their monkey brain. They are thinking, I like ye, or I don't like ye. They think, this is a dingleberry, I don't agree. That's how they're thinking. I don't think like that. I am thinking, is the network effect from this, is it giving me a sign that it's growing or it's sinking? That's what I want to know. So I've come across this HEX video. This is awesome, right? Furu Finance. He's a really good guy from, he's on YouTube. He's shown that these TikTok shorts are making it through the space, and someone has made a channel dedicated to just putting like HEX content out there, and others are following. So I don't care whether you like HEX or Bitcoin or anything else. I don't really care. I'm just saying, I see a small community relative to the size it can grow. I think it can 10x in size, specifically because of what I'm about to show you now. So many people on YouTube, they don't know that TikTok is its own little unique world. And there's different marketing formulas which are like the current meta, which gets the most attention. So everybody is trying to basically hack the human brain. They're trying to find out what catches your attention, you know? How much time do I need to put something? What music do I need to use? What type of format? And someone obviously recently discovered that. Oh, have you watched this, right? So this is Richard Hart here.
Privacy is a human right.
So if you notice, right, it's just him talking on top, and it's a video game playing at the bottom, and the video game is irrelevant, but it's called the video game format. So this is really interesting. For some reason, this is like a super popular format that's just come out of nowhere. That it's like it gets enough views. People like roll with it, and it's nothing special. It's just bottom half is just a video game playing, any video game. This car driving and just you know, like just drifting through the air, going through. And it's Richard Hart on top talking, you know, like, oh, I'm getting cancelled and this and that, and, you know, call someone and this and that. And the funny part is, at the very end, he gets, like, taken off. But we know, like, shh, keep it quiet. We know he didn't really get taken off. He was, like, interviewing for, like, an hour and a half. It was just time to go. Because Kitco News, they put independent voices out there. So the point is, when I see this, I see someone who's dedicated to going outside of the current crypto sphere, outside of Twitter. They're on TikTok. And not only are they on there, they are learning how to market, how to make the community bigger. They are learning how to hack and use the formula for what's currently like in and popular. So this blew my mind apart, right? So I don't care about video games, and you shouldn't either. Like ones that here, they're just wasting their time, right? They're just like drifting through the air. But for some reason, this just catches people's attention. And this is what's working right now. So I know that when I go to sleep and I wake up the next day, every day you rinse and repeat this for the next, 24 months. I know that if something popular comes out there, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, you can bet that there's going to be hexicans out there who are going to try to market to the audience and take advantage of it and stay relevant in the spotlight. This is what you want to see. This is how you find edge. It's not the code. It's not, this is a little keyboard. It's not the code. And here's your little mouse. It's got nothing to do with the code. And here's your little computer monitor. Nothing. Nothing to do with it. No one cares, man. No one cares. A few people care, all right? Bottom 5% care. Top 95%, we're monkeys. We join a tribe. Here's a tribe. Here's a little campfire. Here's a little camp, you know? Here's a little camp with your little fire. You want your little fire here with your little sticks outside? We want to know, how many people are in this tribe? Yeah, ooh, 5 people. There used to be 1 last week. Now there's 5. And this is like a crypto community. Oh, now it's 100? Oh, there's 1,000? Wow! Tribe members are going up! That's actually what the green candles you see on crypto are. And you want to think about the people in the tribe. Are they actively recruiting? Are they successfully doing it? When you buy into a company, you have to look at the CEO. You have to look at the CEO's language, how he or she speaks, their background, how they guide. Are they like a dictator? Are they super hardworking? Like, for example, Elon Musk, likes to work 20-hour days, whatever it is, 7 days a week. You can be rest assured that people under the umbrella wing of everyone working under him, they're going to be working their butts off. Compare that to the previous Twitter CEO, right? Everyone's got nose rings, pink hair. They're like, oh, dude, we got to mute everybody because they're just poisoning the world. They're working 40 minutes a day, weren't even rocking up to work. It stems down from the top. In crypto, it's the same thing from the founder. Bitcoin, Satoshi, Vitalik, Ethereum, Brad Garlic Breath, XRP, Charlie Hoskinson with Cardano. It all stems. Elon Musk Doge, right? He's the new unofficial CEO. Every single coin. Sergey with Chainlink, 15-year vision. And this is no different. Here is Richie Hart. Richie Hart is a genius marketer. I don't care if you don't like him. I'm just telling you what he does is effective. I'm not saying like. I'm not saying give a tick or an X. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's very effective at the marketing strategies he does. He can sell snow to an Eskimo. So this is going down to this guy, Hex Whale, whoever it is. Right? Do you understand what's going on? I'm looking at Richard's principles, how he markets, direct marketing. He throws hints out there and he does it himself, from the branding and the logo, and how he speaks about, there's a choice of the names, little things like that. Like, don't put a commodity in your brand name. For example, what are the best brand names? Google, Yahoo. They have nothing to do with what they do. He speaks about that. And I don't care whether you know it or not, but you have to see what I see. I see him educating 200,000 people. And if this keeps growing, it's going to be 400,000 people. And then they're going to snowball with this. So obviously Hex Whale has made a TikTok account and has looked around and he's trying to get, how can I get more views? How can I get more people into the tribe? When you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, someone has shilled Hex. I want you to know that. And when you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, what do you think is going on in Litecoin world? What do you think is going on there? What about Stellar, XLM? Have you heard of that in a while? What about EOS? All these coins losing relevancy over time. Their network effect is decaying. It was high at one point, not denying that. But it's decaying. And it's decaying. And now we're going in another cycle. It's going to decay again. I have a vision when I look at these crypto. Is the community growing? Does it have potential? When Warren Buffett looks at a company, he doesn't look at the current cash flows today. Of course, it's important, but he says, okay, what are the chances of these cash flows disappearing in the next 5 years? Probably unlikely. And that's when he says he has a competitive moat. So I believe, as social media and digital age keeps expanding and evolving, I see gentlemen like Hex Whale, who's an amphibian, right? He's a whale himself. I don't know who he is. I'm just joking. But I see someone like him and other TikTok, Instagram, YouTube influencers under the Hex umbrella, Pulse chain. I see them doing effective marketing. They're doing work to grow the community. I like that. So if you just look at the code and you go, oh, but there was an influencer out there who said that it's just an inflationary Ponzi, my darling. Who cares? Doesn't mean anything. The next 1 million people don't care. The next 100 million people don't care. I used to think everybody cared about decentralization. And you probably did too. And then you saw Bitcoin's returns diminishing. And there are people going to find out the hard way that it's going to keep diminishing. So we have to get an edge over the market. This is our edge. You can't see this in the charts. This is qualitative analysis. This is quality. You spend 18 hours a day here. This is what I do. You're here to watch me. I'm telling you this. This is unique and different. So now we're going to help each other. We're going to make a deal. If you see cool stuff marketing out there, you send it to me. And maybe you're going to earn some HEX bags. Because if we find cool stuff that works, someone in the community can run with that idea. And also, if you find any other coins doing something cool and the communities are expanding and they're doing this stuff, you send them over to me, because I want to have a look. I want to see, do they catch our attention? What's the leader like? Are they following the imprint of the leader? You have to. This is important, man, because this is someone. Richard Hart knows marketing, and look what's coming down. Look, this guy putting a video game and stuff. So if you just see this video, you're like, oh, it's just a little video game. Oh, who cares? Who cares? You're missing the point. It's the current, relevant formula on TikTok that's grabbing views. And this one hit like 100,000 or something, reported by Mr. Furu Finance. Richard started doing 3-hour live streams. Why? He learned off, have you heard of a little man named Joe Rogan? So Richie saw many years ago, Joey Rogan was doing 3-hour podcasts. And they were like rising in popularity. They were killing it. So then Richie said, okay, well that obviously works. Let me do 3 hours. So it's very interesting because you would probably listen and watch Joe Rogan, which I have so many episodes, right? You would never think it's the 3-hour formula that makes it. You think there's something else. But it's just interesting that that's the format that Richie was like, yeah, I've got to do 3 hours as well. His brain works differently. He can see stuff that works and he can attach to it. That's why some people are just born to be entrepreneurs. They can take what works in the real world and they're going to put the pieces of the puzzle together and they're going to be really efficient with what they create, right? So Richie did that. Go look at all the HEX streamers. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour streams, 1 hour streams. Everyone's doing streams. And Richie was doing Q&A for 3 hours straight. 2 to 3 hours each time for like over a year. What do you think all the HEX influencers do? Same thing. They do live streams, answer questions. 1-2 hours. They do the time slots. So this all stems down. All of it stems down. All of it's relevant. If you're like trying to look at these little candles, you're trying to look at these little candles going up and down, what do we do? You're never going to make it. You're never going to make it. Because at some point, for example, maybe HEX is up at 70 cents. And you're going to be thinking, oh man, what do I do? Like, it's high, right? But if you have this conviction knowing that, hang on, yeah, it's 70 cents, but I know that there are thousands of people pumping this stuff out to TikTok, Instagram, they're riding the trends, whatever. So I'm holding this for an X amount of time. You know, I'm holding this till whatever the years you want. Oh, my stake ends in like 2025, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The game theory's shown me enough that it works. So that's on you, how much risk you want to take and do that. But I'm just telling you, this is edge. This is something that no one's looking at. When I look at Bitcoin marketing now, it's a religious experience. It's strong, but they're not doing really well to recruit new people. They're not. They're saying, we are the safe one, we are the blue chip, but they're not doing a good job to onboard new people. And I don't blame them, because most new people are just coming for the price pump. You're going to need more. People in HEX at least are staying for the inflation yield, and the community's still small, it's growing. So this marketing stuff has to change. So that's why when you see someone onboarding more people, don't say, oh, it doesn't work on me, I'm very smart. You don't say that. You just say, okay, I'm one man or woman, but there's 1,000 people joining that network effect. So obviously something's going on, and go and investigate why. You saw SafeMoon, you saw this other stuff going, their network effect was pumping. Now, if you did like 5 minutes of research, you could have figured out it was like more of a car crash attention keeper versus a religious experience. However, wouldn't you have enjoyed to allocate a couple of bullets into SafeMoon because you're in the Telegram and you're like, man, these guys had like 1,200 Telegram members. Now it's 4,000. Huh? Like, if you start asking those questions, you get somewhere. So a lot of people are still missing it with HEX. They're still missing this. I like this. They're evolving. They're going forward with the marketing and stuff. So you just got to forecast this and just like extrapolate it into 2024, 2025. So yes, I can see a path where HEX goes from 200,000 holders to 1 million. The answer is now, do you see it? So now you've learned something.